Students, now let us discuss the advantages of public corporation. The first one is bold management due to operational autonomy. As you all know, children, the public corporation enjoys internal operational autonomy and it is free from government control. So it can have the freedom to function effectively as a private commercial unit. So the management can take bold decisions, which means the management can take bold decision which necessitates the modern commercial business activities and other things. So it can take the advantage of business situations. Next one is legislative control. See, the affairs of the public corporation is subject to auditing, and the accounts should be revealed to the government income tax officials and other persons, as the case may be. So, the committees of the parliament or state legislature scrutinizes the accounts of these public corporations. The press also, media is also very vigilant in the functioning of these corporations. So the manipulations and that is misuse of money is very less in case of these public corporations. Then qualified and contented staff. Usually these public corporations based on government, state or central government governments, so they pay very high salaries and other things, perks to the staff. So they are so contented, so which motivates them to work harder and work more and more to achieve the goals and results. So even see the infrastructure and other things of the public corporation are matched with the private enterprises. Then tailor-made statute. See, the statute is created according to the needs and necessities of this public corporation, the nature of the public corporation, etc. So, whatever is needed, that is specified in that statute. So, there is no problem for its functional operations and other things, so that the corporations can function in the best manner to achieve its objectives. The next advantage is not affected by the political changes. See, as we all know, children, these public corporations have the separate legal entity and the perpetual succession. So they will continue its operations even the central government, even there is a change in the central government or in the state government. So which whatever the parties are ruling, and whatever the changes are being made in the due to the political elections or whatever it is, will not affect the functioning of these public corporations. Then, so which leads to there is a smooth functioning of these public corporations. Lesser likelihood of exploitation. See, the board of directors constitute from various board of directors of a public corporation consist of representatives of various interest group like labor, consumers, etc., nominated by the government. So there is no chance of exploitation in this public corporation, which is a very great advantage of these corporations. Next one is reasonable pricing policy. As we all know, children, this public corporations or comes under the control of state government or central government. See, though they are entitled to earn a profit, but the pricing and prices of the commodities would be based on taking into the consideration of interest of all the public on the whole. They will not be greedy in fixing such a high rate of price to any commodity. So the prices will be somewhat nominal when compared to the private products or other things. So these are the major advantages of these public corporations. Now let us move on to the disadvantages of these public corporations. First one is autonomy and flexibility only in theory. So though we discussed that it has the autonomy and flexibility as its advantage, but it is all these things are only in paper. These public corporations faces lot of interference by the state and central governments. So, which hinders the smooth functioning and bold decisions of these public corporations. Next one is misuse of monopolistic powers. For example, see these public corporations at times they have the monopoly in the market. That is, for example, this railways you can take as far as today in India, we have no private railway transport in India. Yeah. So these railway department have the monopolistic power, and even if they hike the rates to the enormous extent, means there is no other go for the public except to accept this. So this misuse of monopolistic power is always there in all the public corporations. Then rigid constitution. The constitution of the public corporation is very rigid, so it cannot be changed or it cannot be so flexible as it is said. So whatever change they have to do is they have to get the permission of all the members of the ruling party or whatever it is, and the amending the statute for its formation is very very difficult in the point of law. Next one is low managerial efficiency. See, the government servants are there and they would be entrusted with huge responsibilities for which they may not be qualified, or they may not have the enough experience. So the frequent transfers is also there. So which leads to less managerial efficiency when compared to the private corporations. Problem of passing a special act. A public corporation cannot be formed without passing a special act, but forming a special act is a cumbersome process. It's not an easy one, and it may take years together to form a special act and to start a business. Clash of divergent interest. In the board of directors of the public corporations, conflicts may arise among the representatives of different groups, which may hinder the development of these public corporations. Such clashes tell upon the efficient functioning of the corporation and may hamper its growth. So these are the major disadvantages of public corporations.